Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review from last night's episode of Gotham Season 3, Episode 20. We're going down to the last episode. Now before I begin, I want to say yesterday was Memorial Day weekend, so thank you to all the men and women of the military forces who served us. Sorry I didn't do a video yesterday about that, but just want to say my thanks. So, we're cutting down to the pretty much last episode before the season finale. And boy, was this episode a doozy. How do I even begin? Alright, so I'm just gonna start off with this because honestly, this part just really got me, gave me goosebumps in a cool way because I never saw this character act like this, and she was actually pretty badass. If you guys remember the last week's episode where Leslie Tompkins decided to pretty much inject herself with Jervis Tetch's sister's blood to make her all crazy and evil, she did, and boy did she became like a goth biker chick that just went all out and crazy. She literally went out and she kind of kidnapped Jim. She kidnapped Jim Gordon and basically Kill Billed him. Now, if you don't know what that reference is, in Kill Bill, if you remember that movie, the bride got basically trapped inside a box in the middle of the desert. She didn't do it exactly like that, but she basically buried Jim inside a coffin in the middle of a park. I was like, wow, he was trapped. He was still alive. He was knocked out. I mean, she literally knocked him out, literally. And he only had two choices: either just die and just lose all the air and die, or she gave him a way out. And there was one way out, and it was the virus, the Tetch virus. And so the whole episode, you wondering if Jim is gonna end up taking it. While that was going on, you had Enigma basically going after Penguin once again to kill him because he doesn't want him alive anymore. And while that's all happening, you have Bruce Wayne now trying to fulfill his destiny by basically being the new destruction, if I could say that, by being the destruction of Gotham. He was the one who was supposed to be the trigger person. And then we finally found out who was really behind the whole Court of Owls thing, and why did they want to destroy Gotham, and make everybody basically go crazy with the Tetch virus. I shouldn't have saw this coming, but as a Batman fan, I should have known this coming because honestly, it makes so sense at a certain. They did this in a movie. Batman Begins had the same similar, going as what this episode was all about, because we finally found out who was basically the big bad guy to be, and it wasn't really the Court of Owls, it was the Demon's Head. We finally got to hear the Demon's Head. Now, in Batman mythology, that's Ra's al Ghul, and also the League of Assassins. And we all know how that turns out, and for everybody who remembers Batman Begins, they wanted to cleanse Gotham by putting the fear gas of Scarecrow, and here the Jervis Tetch blood all over Gotham as a gas. I should have saw that coming, but whatever. But man, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, so maybe they won't come at the end of the season. Maybe they will to set up season 4. But man, seeing Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins come into Gotham, that would be really cool. And like I said, that was great. Like I said before, the only moments I don't like about this show are the police. I mean, there's no authority there except Harvey. I mean, Harvey can do his own thing, but I'm talking about there's no mayor anymore. There's no deputy mayor. Everybody knows that Penguin's supposedly dead. Nobody really knows he's alive except for obviously Jim and a few people out inside his little world. But the government officials don't really know if he's still alive. But they don't have another mayor. They had a temporary mayor, but he's gone. So he disappeared. He's not in charge anymore. Nobody's really in charge of Gotham. So I find that very weird. other than that, this episode was great. I mean, you had Alfred, who's been trying to find Bruce all over Gotham. He basically takes Hugo Strange, who had the information about where he's at and where he's taking the bomb to, and he literally had him hanging outside of the top of the roof. It was ridiculous. The edge of the roof. Sorry. It was a crazy episode. I mean, Alfred's hardcore. That dude would do anything to save Bruce, and Bruce, he's so twisted about having his, not to deal with his parents' death anymore. Don't let that bother you anymore. Let you be somebody else. And he literally pressed a button to basically make the gas come out, and now Gotham is about to become chaotic. While that's all happening, Jim takes the poison of himself, and now he escaped the coffin that he was in, and Leslie obviously liked that because she wanted that to happen so they can be together. And yeah, I mean, whew, we talk about crazy. I mean, she was like really crazy. Now, I don't think she's gonna die in the season finale because, like I was saying, because her, Harvey, Alfred, Bruce, Selina, they're the main people. And of course Penguin and Riddler, they ain't gonna die either. Oh, Fish Mooney came back too. We gotta mention about that. She's back, so I don't know what part she's gonna play in the season finale. Maybe she's gonna try to kill Penguin, or maybe Penguin will finally kill her, so she can be completely done with the show. But Jada Pinkett Smith came back, and thank goodness, because she's awesome in this role. So yeah, like I said, those main characters, they're not gonna die. So the only person I see dying, even though I don't want her to die, but it's probably going to be Barbara or maybe Tabitha. One of those two has to go. I think one of those two has to go. I just don't know which one. But like I said, I don't think Leslie's going to die because she's so in part of the Batman mythology. You need her there. She has to be cured. Jim is going to end up being Commissioner of Gotham. We all know that. Harvey Bullock is going to be Harvey. We all know that. Alfred is Alfred. He ain't gonna die. Bruce is obviously Batman, so he can't die. Selina's gonna eventually become Catwoman, but you know what I mean. Those characters cannot die. Maybe they'll get injured. Maybe they disappear for a little bit, but they will come back. But yeah, I think next week, if I had to guess who's gonna die, it's either gonna come down to Tabitha or Barbara. As much as I love those two girls, but one of them has to go. My guess, if I had to guess who's going to die next week, I'm going to say strongly Tabitha. I think Tabitha wants to kill Barbara anyway, so I think Barbara will probably kill her off. I think Barbara has a purpose still in the show. I feel like Jim is going to have a daughter eventually, and obviously name her Barbara because also known as Batgirl. So that's going to come to fruition eventually. I don't know how they're going to eventually make that possible, because we don't know if Season 4 will be the last season. So, who knows? Maybe Barbara will sacrifice herself in a name of good to protect Jim or something, and, name his kid after Barbara for thanking her or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like that's going to happen next week. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to die. But it's a 2-hour season finale, so anything's possible. I think the League of Assassins probably will pop up at the very end of the episode to do what they have to do themselves, but it's just a guess. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, if you saw it, and what do you think is going to happen in next week's season finale, 2-hour season finale. And cannot wait. Leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. Thank you, and have a good day.